Hello, this is a quick tutorial on some of the recommended setup you would need to do in Dashboard after you've gone over the 6 steps within Wizard. As I mentioned in the presentation, the Wizard is there to help you, but I think in this particular case is just put in the basic information and move forward, and then once you get into your dashboard, you will dive into it completely. So the first thing that I recommend is to add your staff. So I'm already logged into the dashboard and I want you to go ahead and play with the staff. So click on staff and you're going to go ahead and go through the steps of adding a staff member. So I'm going to go ahead and add a staff. You can fill out the name, the email, the mobile number. I would put in the school address, phone number. So I put a school phone number, not obviously their mobile number. But then after you do that, you would add a staff and go back and change their profile picture. So they have a picture to their name instead of a blue bubble. So that's what I do for the staff. The next step would be to edit the service. So then you would go to your service. Now, like I said, you could do multiple services. You could do AHS, AMS, parent-teacher conferences. So I'm going to go ahead and go to services. And then you can see that I have AHS parent-teacher conference service. Go ahead and add the service. So I will just click demonstrate. You would go ahead and give it a title, and so on. I would put the 15 minutes, set no price, and add a service. Once you do that, then you need to go back to show services, and then you need to go back and edit some of this. So you're going to open it up. You're going to time interval, make sure it's 15 minutes or whatever you want. Make sure the custom form is there, because hopefully you set it for all services. And I think that is it regarding your parent-teacher conferences. The other little thing I noticed, if you want capitalized, you have to go back and click on it and then type in AMS and update service. Just a little glitch that I have found. So that's how you add a service. So those are some of the things that you want to make sure set up. Again, I have screenshots on the presentation. So then you're going to go to business hours. So this is where you can set up for multiple services. Or not multiple services, well, you can do multiple services too, but multiple staff. So I'm going to go ahead and go to business hours. And once business hours comes up, you're going to it'll default to the particular first staff member. So that's why it's important to get your staff members on first, because then you can choose multiple staff members and they're already there. You're not going to set up regular work hours because it's a one-time thing. So you can go ahead and add additional time. This is where you can choose, if this was a teacher that was for both AMS and AMS, you could choose it for both services. So for just demonstration purposes, I'm just going to choose AMS, and then I can choose the time. So 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. This would be the entire day. This is not worried about lunches and so on. That will be set at a different time. Then you can repeat it if you want, but that's not going to happen for what you really probably need. But you're going to repeat it for multiple staff. So you click on Charlie Brown because that's the one that you're on, and I can set this up for multiple teachers all at once. And then I can click on Add. So that is how you add the services. So that is the business hours. Next is future unavailability within business hours, which this would be like your lunchtime and so on, because you don't want them setting up parent-teacher conferences during that time. So I'm still under business hours and I'm under future unavailability. Then I can scroll down and block more times. So I could go to 11 o'clock to 12 o'clock, let's say for lunch, and I can set a particular time and so on. And I can repeat this again for everybody. I'm not going to go ahead and do this, but you can do the same repeating to multiple staff. So again, that's your business hours. Then you could set up your booking rules. So your booking rules are like your layout and so on. I'm not really going to do anything with this particular case, but I do want to point it out. You go to business rules, and you also have some advanced business rules too. You can look at that. But you can see you can lay out. You might want it to start on the week of 4/5. You don't want them to click on October and have to scroll through all the way through April. So those are some things that you can do. Also make sure, you can do whatever you want, but we choose the Appointy login. I don't want to deal with Facebook and Google login. So you can see some of the things that you can change within business or booking rules. And that is pretty much it. I just want to point out about the office help. So we had our guidance secretary set up appointments if a parent would have to call in. So they would go to their calendar and then they would actually book per staff member. So if they needed to, they could do that. They can add an appointment, choose the staff member, type in their name, and then book the service for that particular person. So that's kind of how they would do it. And then you also have some reports within here. And we use the appointment reports, and we would do the detail reports and so on. So it would give us the detailed information per staff. So I hope this helps out for you. If you have any additional questions, you have my contact information on this presentation. Thank you.